Welcome back, fellow gamer. So I wanted to talk to you today about MTGO foil redemptions and why I feel that they are worth it for a foil collector. So I'm going to go through some of the math breakdown, very rudimentary math. Like, this is not going to be complex math by any stretch of the imagination, but just how I looked at how much money I was spending on Magic with each new set release and how effective it was at getting the cards that I really wanted. So I look at myself back during the original Zendikar block. That's where I think I spent my most money. I looked at the amount of packs, boxes, fat packs, whatever, that I bought during that block run, and the amount is staggering. I got very lucky because most of the set from World Wake turned out to be solid gold, like the commons, uncommons, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Abyssal Persecutor. All sorts of cards were extremely valuable, and if they weren't valuable then, they went up to become valuable. So for me, I really lucked out. I spent money I shouldn't have spent on that set in regards to what I was trying to get. I was trying to get a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I was actually trying to get a few of them. And instead of going out and buying the packs, the allure of cracking packs was right there. It was, well, I could spend $4 and pull a Jace, and maybe if I don't pull one, I'll spend another $10, $20, try to pull them, and if I don't, I'll see where I go. Instead of just saying, you know what, I'll just take the 60 bucks, there's Jace. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people, it's the chase of getting a card for next to nothing that attracts them. They end up spending more than they would have if they just bought the card outright. Now, the argument can be made that, yeah, well, if you buy packs, you also get other cards that you can use, which 100%, you can use those cards. The thing is, are you really going to use those cards? A lot of the cards you get out of a Magic booster aren't usable. Unless you are a pauper player or you play a lot of different formats, you go to redraft. Even the rare or mythic rare spots aren't guaranteed to give you something that's playable or good, that's something that you slot in your deck. So it might be bulk, and odds are it is, because if every pack is chock full of value, the store's not going to sell them. They're going to crack the packs, and then they're going to sell the singles, and you'll still have to pay a steep price to get your cards. So with that said, here's my breakdown of how I used to spend money Magic the Gathering cards all the way up until Dragon's Maze. It was Dragon's Maze for me that said, you know what, I've got to look at how to change. And I do believe that by the time Born of the Gods rolled around, I was full into not buying product anymore. Now, I did state in my last video that it was probably Khans of Tarkir or Fate Reforged that I stopped, but actually looking back on my collection, it takes a steep, like all the bulk that I have takes a steep nosedive at after Theros. Theros is the last time I really recall buying a booster box, and it was trash. It was really bad. The last fat pack I bought was Journey to Nyx. I hadn't bought anything in the in-between set, Born of the Gods, but I did go with Journey to the Nyx. I'm like, you know what, I'll give a fat pack a try. And I was rewarded by pulling not one, not two, not three, but 4 Bearer of the Worlds. 4! And I said, that is it. No more fat packs. Well, let's look at it. So, I used to play in 3 pre-releases, and the prices I'm using are in Canadian dollars converted back to American dollars. Just so like you are upfront, my numbers might not necessarily jive with what you pay for stuff in your local area, but unfortunately when I was living in Montreal, these were the going rates. And I actually think I'm being a bit generous here. So $25 American for per pre-release, so that's $75. One release at $25, a fat pack at $32, a box at $110, and then after, when the set would come out and my buddies and I would go meet at the game store, we would buy packs. We'll round it out at about 30 packs per set. Sidebar, totally not worth it for you to buy packs straight out. If you're going to be buying large bulk, you're just better off buying booster boxes. Now, all in all, that's 90 packs. And it comes out to about $362. And in those 90 packs, well, how many foils? Because remember, I'm concerned about foils. I want foils. So there's only approximately about 1 foil in every 6 or 7 packs. And we'll say it's every 6 packs. And that comes out to 15 foils. The math is actually coming out really nice. I did not plan for that. Out of those 15 foils, you're going to probably get maybe 1 or 2 mythic rare foils, 1 or 2 rare foils, and the rest are going to be commons and uncommons. But for the sake of comparison, we're going to pretend that I want a certain set of 15 cards from Eldritch Moon. We'll use Eldritch Moon since it was the latest set redemption I did. But again, I'll get to that in a second. So at $362, I'm getting 90 packs and about 15 foils. On MTGO, I bought a full set of foil cards from Eldritch Moon, and that cost me $235 so that I could buy them from a bot. It was then $25 for the redemption and $3 for shipping. So all in all, that means it's $263 ship if I want a set of Eldritch Moon at the time when I bought it, and that gives me the full set. So that gives me all 205 cards. Now, remember the 15 cards I said I wanted to pull? Well, let's pretend that I just take the 15 cards that I want from Eldritch Moon. I do want most of the cards, but we'll limit it to the 15 cards since that is what we would be getting from the 90 booster packs that I would be getting from just buying product at a local gaming store. So, Liliana, Emrakul, Tamiyo, Gisela, Ishkana, Eldritch Evolution, Talia, Giza and Draft, Bruna, Mirrorwing, Sigarda's Aid, Mind's Dilation, Voldaran Praya, Harmless Offering, and lastly, Imprisoned on the Moon. So right there, if those were the 15 cards I wanted, if I wanted to go buy them, it would be $290. And that's just 15 cards compared to the full set of 205. The full set of 205, I'm getting it for $263. Whereas these top 15 cards, I'm getting them for $290 if I just buy that. But it doesn't stop there. Now, there were a few cards that I didn't include that are actually valuable. So, Grim Flare, Spell Queller, Collective Brutality, Selfless Spirit, and Tree of Perdition. So that right there is $107 that I can then go and sell and pocket that money. What that does is that it actually brings the cost down to $156 to redeem the foil set on MTGO after I've sold those cards. Now obviously that's selling at retail. I probably can't get that, so let's figure I sell it on Craigslist for 80% of their value. That's still a good chunk of money. That's we're at like 170, 175 for a full foil set of Eldritch Moon, and that's pretty good. That's a Liliana, Emrakul, Tamiyo, and Gisela. So right there, we're actually making out pretty good, and that's why I feel that purchasing full foil sets is the way to go if you are a foil collector. Obviously, if you have a huge back collection and you're looking at primarily trading, maybe it's not for you. I've unfortunately dwindled my trading collection away with, Puka trade. I really don't have that much in terms of trades. So that's not an option for me. But it might be an option for you. And again, maybe you don't like foils, so obviously this would not be a good way for you to spend your money. But this is the way that works for me, and I wanted to share with you my mentality and where I'm coming from when I'm buying Magic product. So with that said, all the money that I'm saving from the buying foil sets, selling what I don't want, and then reinvesting later on, I'm then able to go ahead and pick up like a $200 invention, because that money that I used to spend on Magic is now put aside and is waiting for that next big thing. I don't think I'll ever get to the point of owning Power 9, but hey, it'd be nice. And it's giving myself a fighting chance. I would like to know your opinion on this. Is this of sound logic to you? Do you think that redemptions are not the way to go? I would love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. If you'd like to see more, click on one of the two videos that are there, or click on show more in the description below to see when and what we upload, as well as when we stream. And if you need an update on what exactly we're going to be streaming that week, don't be shy to hit us up in the comments or reach out to us on Twitter. We'll be more than happy to chat. Until next time, good gaming.